Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are doing well. So, I welcome you again to your psychology class, and we are doing chapter number 2, that is self and personality. This is part 7 of this chapter, and in this part, we will study about ego defense mechanisms. So, let's begin. Sigmund Freud was the first person to develop the concept of defense mechanisms. However, it was his daughter Anna Freud who clarified and conceptualized them. Defense mechanisms are unconscious mental processes used to resolve or lessen the conflict and prevent undesirable feelings, for example, anxiety, depression, etc. They are the primary tools of the ego which are used to manage the internal conflict between the demands of the id and the restrictions of the superego. Means when the ego is unable to fulfill the desires of the id without hurting the superego, it leads to anxiety and stress. And to reduce this anxiety and stress, the ego uses these defense mechanisms. And I have explained the concepts of the id, the ego, and the superego in the previous part of this chapter, that is part 6. And if you have not seen that part, you can check the link in the description box. We all use defense mechanisms subconsciously in order to protect ourselves from negative thoughts and feelings. And as I told you earlier also, that defense mechanisms operate at an unconscious level and they tend to distort or change the reality to make it easier for the person to deal with it. Using defense mechanisms is quite natural and normal because they allow people to navigate painful experiences, but they become problematic when applied too frequently or for too long. Actually, there are so many defense mechanisms which are used by people to reduce their anxiety and stress. But in this video, I will explain you 5 defense mechanisms, which are denial, repression, projection, reaction formation, and rationalization. So, the first defense mechanism about which we will talk about is denial. Denial is a defense mechanism proposed by Anna Freud and is probably one of the best known defense mechanisms used often to describe situations in which people seem unable to face reality or admit an obvious truth. Actually, denial is a straightforward or outright refusal to admit or recognize that something has happened or is currently happening. Denial functions to protect the ego from things with which the individual cannot cope, and addiction is one of the best examples of denial. People suffering from a substance abuse problem will often deny that their behavior is problematic. In other cases, they might admit that they do use drugs or alcohol, but will claim that this substance abuse is not a problem. So, now the second defense mechanism is repression. Repression is another well known defense mechanism, and Sigmund Freud referred to repression as the cornerstone on which the whole structure of psychoanalysis rests. He gave it a lot of importance in the process of understanding and recalling repressed memories. Repression means to keep information out of conscious awareness. There's a fine line between denial and repression, where denial involves the outright refusal to accept a given reality. Repression involves unconscious forgetting or blocking unpleasant thoughts, feelings, and impulses. Repressed memories may appear through subconscious means or ways and in altered forms, such as in the form of dreams or slip of the tongue. One example can be of a child who was being abused physically but she cannot remember a thing. However, she has difficulty relating and trusting others. Thus, there's difficulty in forming relationships. Another example can be of a child who forgets being bitten by a dog but develops a phobia of dogs as he gets older. So, here in both the examples, a child has repressed his negative or painful thoughts at unconscious level, which further leads to various problems in forming relationships or developing various kinds of psychological disorders. Now, the next defense mechanism is projection. Projection is a psychological defense mechanism in which an individual unconsciously attributes unwanted thoughts, feelings, and motives onto another person. Thoughts most commonly projected onto others are the ones which would cause guilt, such as aggressive and sexual fantasies or thoughts. The classic example of Freudian projection is that of a man who has been unfaithful to his wife but accuses his wife of cheating on him. So, here that person is attributing his negative behavior onto his wife. Now, the next defense mechanism is reaction formation. Reaction formation is a psychological defense mechanism in which a person goes beyond denial and behaves in the opposite way to which he or she thinks or feels. Reaction formation appears as a defense against a feared social punishment. Means when a person knows that he or she will be punished for his particular kind of behavior, then he or she uses reaction formation. And we can take an example of a woman who is very angry with her boss and would like to quit her job. May instead be overtly kind and generous towards her boss and expresses a desire to keep working there forever. So here that woman knows that if she will be rude to her boss, she may be fired. So she is behaving the opposite way to which she thinks or feels. And another example can be of a person who has strong sexual urges. He will channel his or her energy into religious tasks. So here he will just do the opposite of what he or she feels. Now, the next defense mechanism is rationalization. Now, if we take this word rational, rational means making something logical, all right? And rationalization is a defense mechanism that involves explaining an unacceptable behavior or feelings in a logical or rational manner, avoiding the true reasons for the behavior. Most of us engage in rationalization. For example, a person applies for a job and gets rejected. He may rationalize and say that I didn't want this job anyway. Rationalization can be divided into two types. One is silver lining and the other is sour grapes phenomena. Silver lining is an assumption that everything happens for the best. So one should try to find the blessing in disguise. So now here if we consider about a person who is rejected for a job, he may say, I didn't get the job because something better awaits me. And the second type of rationalization is sour grape phenomena, a term that comes from a story about the fox who said that the grapes too high to reach were sour. So if we talk about a person who is rejected for a job may say, I wasn't interested in this job anyway. So these were the 5 defense mechanisms and I hope everything is clear to you. So this is all for today and we will meet once again in the next part of this chapter in which we will study about psychosexual stages of development. Till then, take care, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.